We're just here on the EverGraze site looking at the perennial ryegrass pasture system. What we've got here is a Fitzroy perennial ryegrass on the crest, a Avalon perennial ryegrass on the slope, which is the next paddock down, and a Banquet perennial ryegrass on the valley floor, which is the third species in our perennial ryegrass system. And the aim of those different species is to utilise the different characteristics of the soil and match the right plant with the right part of the landscape for both persistence and productivity and profitability. So what we've got is a Fitzroy perennial ryegrass, which is an earlier maturing perennial ryegrass cultivar, and it can cope with the drier environment on the crests, which has a freer draining soil. And then we have a Banquet perennial ryegrass, which is a longer, later maturing variety, and it's on our valley floor, and it allows us to take advantage of the longer amount of soil moisture, the higher water holding capacity of that valley floor, and the fact that we can get a longer growing season in that part of the landscape. So that gives us our perennial ryegrass system. In comparison, on the EverGraze site, an Avalon perennial ryegrass on the slope and a summer active tall fescue on the valley floor, and that provided us a system with increased summer activity. Now, both those perennial pasture systems basically increased our productivity by more than 50%, and we were able to increase lamb production to up to 400 to 600 kilograms of lamb live weight per hectare, and wool production up to 50 to 60 kilograms of clean wool per hectare. That's in comparison to something like 200 kilograms lamb live weight per hectare for the benchmarked area, and around 30 to 40 kilograms of wool per hectare in the benchmarked area in this region. So, substantial increases in productivity just by being able to match new cultivars, highly improved pastures with good fertility, matched to the landscape, and then putting them in the right place with the right sort of management, and then having a good animal system across the top. What you're seeing here is a bit of a mosaic, so providing some diversity and some spacing and spatial differentiation between the landscape, and that allows us to utilise different parts of the landscape differently and optimise production. And we know every farm is unique and has its own particular assets. So if you've got areas that can have a longer growing season because they've got higher water holding capacity, valley floors, you can take advantage of them by just matching the species to that area of the landscape. Likewise, if you've got drier soils or hilltops, it may provide an opportunity for you to put something in like lucerne that is able to use deep soil moisture and doesn't like waterlogging, so it's able to enjoy the free draining soils. By using the right plant in the right place with the right sort of management and purpose in terms of its animal production system, we're able to make the optimum use out of the land capability and the land class, and achieve sort of maximum productivity per hectare.